What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Ducati Biker channel on the OFTV channel. If you're new here, the goal of this channel is to spread the love and joy of riding Ducati motorcycles, such as this brand new 2025 Ducati Panigale V4S. I have the bike here in the living room in the Airbnb in Scottsdale, Arizona, because we'll be doing a track day tomorrow. I'm doing a track day with Trackdayz. And it's called like the influencer track day because all these influencers are trying to get influencers like myself to get out and learn and improve their skills, as well as some other things. So I was invited to go out there, so we're gonna do that. I have the bike in here because it's really hot outside. I'm just preparing it. So I bought the gas jug, and I'm pretty much gonna go over a few features on my bike so that you guys know how I prepared it for the circuit. Obviously, I'm gonna tape off the lights, and I gotta put tape on the wheel weights on the bike. But some of the new features I got on my bike are the new winglets right here. These are full 6 carbon winglets, which are really nice. And as well as these full 6 carbon winglets that they sent me, they also gave me the key guard right here in carbon fiber. And then I got the back tail piece right here in carbon fiber from full 6, which is beautiful. And then the rear tail right here. So they gave me the whole matte Ducati carbon edition full 6 carbon to go on the bike, and I'm going to get some few more, as well as WRS. They sent me the windscreen for the track as well, which I'll be testing. And obviously wouldn't be a Ducati without the Ducati heart right here. This is the new clear clutch cover from Rizoma, so I'm going to be using, and I did an install video of this the other day, which is really nice. Makes the bike a lot more beautiful and just looks really clean when you look at it like this. So what now I'm going to do, I'm going to tape off the lights, get that going. I have the lever guard right here, which is just, a race thing to have on your bike. I'll be going through a little bit of the tuning of my electronics. Got the tail tie in there, integrated turn signals and blinkers. So yeah, I just want to give you guys a little rundown on my bike. And so what I'm going to do tomorrow at the Podium Club with Trackdayz is I'll be doing a little bit of phone vlogging content like this, and then back to the GoPro, back and forth. I'll be bringing a videographer out there as well to see if we can capture some more high-def content. But this is going to be my second track day with this bike. I already did one track day with the DROC, Orange County, California, at Chuckwalla, which was great. That was my first track day on this, and this bike is so capable. I can't even begin to tell you on how much more capable this bike is than the previous 2024 model, especially with the double-sided hollow symmetrical swing arm, with all the new electronics, the new reamped frame, and the aerodynamics, but most importantly, the Öhlins adjustable suspension. They have active dynamic mode, and they also have fixed track mode. And when you go through those settings, there's so many different ways of tuning those. And you could have it a firm, a soft, a comfort, but then also fixed track. And I forgot the actual technical versions because you literally need to download the PDF online and just research everything about this bike, which I've done, so I'm learning more and more. But we'll be riding the Diablo Rosso 4 Corsa tires. Before I had the Super Corsas, which obviously are great for the track, but now I just want to try something a little bit more street oriented, and I have these tires on my bike already. So instead of swapping back the Super Corsas, I just want to see how the Rosso 4 Corsa Diablo tires hold up on, as well as all the other mods on my bike. So I'm just gonna tape off the bike, then I gotta go get a truck. We're gonna be staying at a hotel near Casa Grande tonight, and then we're gonna be bright and early, ready with my videographer for the track days at the Podium Club here in Arizona before it gets too hot. So also, this is a little birthday gift to myself I want to take advantage of before it gets too hot here in Arizona. And my birthday was on the 13th, and today is the 16th, which is my dad's birthday. So I'm kind of celebrating this whole week by gifting myself to be able to go out to ride my beautiful Panigale V4S on the circuit. Because regardless if you buy this bike for the road and commuting on it like how I have been, it's designed to really exceed on the track, and you really get to learn a lot when you go to the circuit with a bike like this, because you could really find out its limits and how to tune those limits for the track and also for the street. Also, I just did my second service on it today. You're supposed to get your service done at 5,000 miles, but I like to do it every 1,000 miles before. So this is 4,300 miles. They just did the oil change, and then I have them do an inspection to make sure it's ready for the track. So we're going to get ready, and I'm going to tape everything off. All right, guys, so we're here at Podium Club. I got my boy Manav. He's gonna get some pretty cool shots. So we'll see what we could get out on the circuit. We got Max Wrist over there. being Max Race. He's got the whole fan club and everyone hanging out. We're gonna do a few laps with him. And then I just got my baby here, so we're gonna be in race B mode, which has like electronics on it. The lowest setting electronics, just how I like it. That way I could be able to feel and adjust everything, but know that like if I do run off the circuit or if I have any problems, it's gonna be fine. Other than that, we got the Phoenix crew right here. We got the vice president, my boy Mark right there chilling. And so yeah, today's gonna be a good day. We're just gonna learn as much as we can about this bike and how it functions. And also ride with some influencers. There's, I think like Tubro and Thought Taken and all these other guys, and Turbo James is over there, and IamCarson's over there too, so it's gonna be fun. We're gonna get into some fun stuff. And I'm about to head off for my first session. I'm not gonna put the GoPro on, but I'll put the GoPro on probably like in my second session. That way you guys can see what it's like wrapping around the Podium Club. All right. What's up guys? I'm back at the truck, and that was terrible. That was probably my worst track session I've ever had in my life. I didn't have this bike set up right. I had the ABS on the lowest settings, and I ran off the track 4 times. 4 times. I think my videographer caught me running off the track too, but definitely needed to change settings, and that was really terrible and really scary, and I don't want to have to do that again. This track is a lot faster. It's a little bit more demanding, I feel like, than Chuckwalla, but that was just like terrifying. I'm glad I didn't GoPro that, because that was just like super beginner stuff. But I'm gonna set up my bike a little more, and then hopefully that's not gonna be the case. All right, you guys, as you just heard, much better. Really feeling the bike now. I changed a lot of settings on the Öhlins suspension. I'm doing active dynamic comfort. I'm doing comfort because I'm not too tuned on doing the fixed suspension. And it's not that I don't have the time. I kind of don't have the time to go through all the rebounds and things like that. It gets really complicated. So the tires, the Super Corsas, these are not Super Corsas, sorry. These are the Diablo Rosso 4 Corsa tires. Last time I ran the Super Corsas, but you can see these tires are doing great for the circuit as well. Feeling really comfortable, a lot more stable now. I'm able to come into the corners just as fast as it was before, but without like completely washing out and like crashing. So it's good news here. We're just helping out a fellow rider tying his chain and his family. We got Mark getting here stuff too. So as you guys saw, I just jumped off the GoPro. Gonna do another few more sessions, some GoPro sessions, and then probably end up heading out. But so far so good. Just getting used to the circuit and the track, and yeah, feels good. I'm happy. So I'm gonna do a few more sessions, see if I could improve my riding skill and style. I think I could get better if I were just more like leaned over in body position. I'm kind of just like sore from the gym from the other day. And water's key, guys. When you come to the circuit, just stay hydrated. So you don't cramp up and stuff like that. I'm about to slam a ball of water, so. Yeah, my boys got some shots. Hopefully got some good shots, but it was good. It was safe this round, so we're gonna check it out. For our third session, gonna get everything more dialed in. I'm gonna leave how the settings are. I'd like to understand, learn the bike a little bit more, but yeah, let's see what I can do with this third session of book. I'm gonna around 51 more dialed in. right. As you guys can see, that was much better. Oh. Woo. So guys, you can see much better. I'm getting a much better feel and understanding of the bike. Traction control, slide control, wheel control. I had to rear end slide out a little bit, but I'm just, my body's warmed up, my mind's warmed up. I know the circuit, feeling much sharper, better attention. This bike's amazing. These tires are amazing. They have such good grip, even on the edge, on the side of them, just pushing it as far as I can over while keeping the bike upright, and it's just amazing. So yeah, hope you guys like that video. I'm gonna do probably 2 or 3 more sessions and then head out, but definitely fine-tune the bike to a lot more comfortable and stable. You're fast, bro. You fall off on that thing. That was dope. Is that a 400? What are you saying? Is that a 400? Yeah. It's massive, man. Every time I keep up to you on the straightaway, I'll be trying to catch up and then I take off. I was like, damn. Yeah, I have the corners down on this thing compared to the Aprilia, but yeah. No, nice. I was able to follow your line. I was like, oh, that's how I can fucking be like that. It's good. Good stuff, bro. Good. You're fucking super smooth. Super smooth. Alright, that wraps it up here at the Podium Club. It's getting really windy. I pushed my bike to where I'm comfortable with tires. Everything's like squealing. I think I need to up the tire pressure. But the bike feels great. It's hot. I think that makes up for like the circuit. It's really hot. And I got my tracker on, so I'm gonna see what my lap times are. But I think that might wrap it up. I'll probably do like a little video in the car. But yeah. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the motovlog. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today's session. Happy with the bike. No crashes. Bless you! For sure. I like ran off the circuit like 5 or 6 times because I was just getting dialed in with everything. But the tires held up great. I was able to tune the suspension to where I want. As you can see, I got traction control. Everything's on 2 and 1, and then the ABS is really high because when I had the ABS any lower than 7, the whole bike would like kick out and slide. And then the tires, I had to mess with the tire pressures a few times because I wasn't sure if it was the tire pressures or the suspension, but the Corsa Diablo Rosso 4s held up great. I got my transponder on us, so we're gonna see what time I did on there. But it's good, so far so good. And I rode with like Turbo James, he was on a 400 and he was like smoked me because he knows his corners really well. But it was awesome. Tune in for some more videos of the GoPro. I'm gonna probably throw up another lap or 2, but it's getting really windy. We're heading out. There's Vicky Ducati.
Hi.
Say hey, Vicky.
I came over to load his bike for him.
There you go. Injured Vicky as usual, but she's still here supporting the whole group and team, so yay, yay. Yeah, huge shout out to everyone, the whole team, all the guys back there, Trackdayz. It was fun. And yeah, we're gonna load her up.